Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings. We generally like to talk a lot of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to be running through our top 5 games of 2023. And I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, why isn't this a top 10? I'll tell you why it's not a top 10, and that is because we didn't really play too many new games last year, right? And couple that with the fact that a lot of the games last year were complete and utter dog shit, and they were far too fucking expensive for my budget, then you're not really left with that many games that you can put into a top 10. At least not a lot of games that are worthy of being in a top 10. So you're left with our top 5 games of 2023, and if you don't like it, then you can fuck off. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So before we begin our list of our top 5 games of 2023, there's a couple of honourable mentions and one valid excuse. The first valid excuse I'm going to get is that Voidfall is not on this list. That is because I haven't played it yet. I have dabbled with the tutorial, but the game is far too complex for my pea-sized brain. And truth be told, I can't find anybody that wants to sit through listening to me drone on about fuck all teaching this game. It's a real fucking ball ache, but I am desperate to play it, so I'm going to chip away at it. I didn't really want to put this list out on YouTube in fucking December 2024. Sadly for you lot, Voidfall isn't on this list. And there's one more game that we would have put on this list, but it was a bit of a cheat because it's Ave Caesar, the new edition. This technically was released in 2022, but it wasn't actually released in Europe until early 2023. So I thought, don't really want to shortchange you fucking mugs, so I didn't put it on this list, even though Ave Caesar is probably one of our favourite games of all time, right? So there you go, number 5 on this list of our top 5 ball games of 2023 is a cheat. It's a reprint of a game that was released about 6 years ago, but it's got some added bullshit. It's effectively a second edition. It's Fallen Land, a post-apocalyptic board game second edition with the Descendants expansion, right? In this game, you are going to take on the role of one of like a billion factions. You're going to be roaming around the United States after a nuclear war. Well, I assume there's a nuclear war. And you'll be hiring a load of characters to help you on your quest to get the most points, right? This is a card-driven game. It's a fucking Ameritrash game, right? And you'll be doing the usual thing in Ameritrash games. You'll be rolling a load of dice, having some batshit crazy encounters, and anything could fucking happen, right? The last time we played this, a mate of mine went to a abandoned nuclear power station and didn't have the guts to go inside. But little old me went in there, and I tried to restart the nuclear power station, and instead I fucking blew it up, yeah? Taking with me almost the entire west coast of the United States, right? And it was absolutely fucking hilarious, yeah? There's so many encounter cards in this game. You're never going to see the same thing twice, even if you play it 50, 60,000 times, yeah? Fallen Land is a little bit messy. There's loads and loads of cards, loads of little special abilities you've got to keep track of. But I think that's part of its charm, really, the fact that it is so chaotic, so madcap. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and if you can find it, then you really need to pick this up, because it is a fucking awesome game. 4 on our list of our top 5 board games of 2023 is Robot Quest Arena, right? I didn't think I was going to enjoy this game as much as I did because it is relatively simple. You're going to take control of a robot, you're going to stick it in a fucking arena, funny old thing, and you're going to be moving around trying to beat up the other players. The thing that makes this game fucking awesome is that there's a shop where you're going to be able to buy loads of extra shit. You're going to be able to get loads of different weapons. You're going to be able to get different attachments for your robot. And there's loads and loads of hazards on the board that you can push other players into, right? One of the bummers about this is that the base game only comes with 4 robots, so there's not really that much variety in the box. There's little expansions with extra robots that you can pick up. So if you enjoy the game as much as I do, then that is going to be a no-brainer. And it has been a no-brainer for me because I went out and picked them up, right? Robot Quest Arena is fantastic for all ages. My kids love this game. My mum, who is 70, hang on a minute, never ask a woman her age, right? And it makes Robo Rally seem like a piss-stained old fart that has shit himself. So, number 3 on our list of our top 5 games of 2023 is a tableau building game called Earth, right? I'm usually very skeptical when games are hyped up to the fucking eyeballs, yeah? And Earth got a hell of a lot of buzz when it was first released, yeah? I held off getting it, but my wife was looking on some lists and she realised it was like one of the most popular games of the year, so she picked it up and said, here you go, stick that up your arse and smoke it. And I really enjoyed it, yeah? In Earth, you are going to be taking cards from a huge fucking stack. It looks like that fucking lump of dinosaur shit in Jurassic Park. It's that big.
That is one big pile of shit.
And you'll be putting your cards into a grid in front of you, right? It's the same sort of thing as Terraforming Mars mixed with a little bit of Seven Wonders. But the thing that makes Earth great is that once you have taken one of the 4 actions available on your player board, then you get to activate all your cards from left to right, from top to bottom. So you've got to make sure that you put your cards in the most efficient spot possible, right? And this is a fucking complete mindfuck, yeah? Earth does have a little bit too much going on for my liking. I do tend to lose track of what things can be chained together very, very quickly. Yeah, it's very difficult to anchor everything down and remember exactly what everything does and how it links to each other. But it seems to me that the possibilities with this game are practically endless. There's so many different combinations of cards, so many different variables, so many different winning combinations that I don't think it's one of them games that's going to get boring very quickly. I think people are going to be playing this for quite a while, and I know that I am. So number 2 on our list of our top 5 board games of 2023 is a game that sort of came out of nowhere for me, yeah? I didn't even know that this game existed until I watched the TV show that it was based on, right? It's The Last Kingdom. This is a game by John D. Clare. That geezer has been on fucking fire recently, and he just keeps on producing games that we want to play over and over again, yeah? In The Last Kingdom, you'll be taking control of one of the characters out of the TV show, whether it's Uhtred, Ethelfled, or that crusty old cake boner, King Alfred himself, yeah? You'll be using cards to manipulate different armies on the board, and the thing that makes The Last Kingdom absolutely fantastic is that you can change allegiances between the Danish and the Saxons, right? So when you come to the end of a conflict, only the players who are aligned with the winning faction will win. And you don't even have to take part in the conflict to get the point share, so you could just let somebody else do the dirty work for them. There's loads of backstabbing and intrigue in this game. Like, for example, a mate of mine was Odda, and he kept on loading loads of troops into Wessex. I realised that the more troops that were in there, the more points I was going to get, so I used all my cards. And another mate of mine, who was also aligned with the Danes, said that he wasn't interested, but then realised that there was like 30 points up for grabs, and he ended up getting drawn into the conflict even though he didn't want to do it, and he ended up burning all his cards. And then Odda just fucked off into East Anglia after we had spunked all of our cards up the wall, and it was absolutely fucking hilarious, and everybody laughed and sort of plotted to kill each other afterwards, yeah? So yeah, The Last Kingdom is one of the greatest area control games that we have played. It's highly thematic. If you love the TV show, then you're going to love this. And I suppose if I had to pick a negative out of this, is if you're not familiar with the TV show, you'll probably walk right by this game. And that is a real shame, because if you do, you are missing out on one of the best games of the year. So number 1 on our list of top 5 games of 2023 is Stationfall. In Stationfall, you'll be taken on the role of one of a host of characters that are stranded on a space station that is destined to crash to Earth in around about 15 minutes. It's a hidden role game where everybody can control each other's characters until that character is revealed. Each character has an agenda that must be fulfilled to gain points. Like, for instance, the Astro Chimp needs to get hold of the briefcase, the artifact, and a gun, and escape alive before the space station disintegrates in the Earth's atmosphere, yeah? Every time we play this game, we have an absolute fucking blast. It tells a fantastic story every single time we play it, and that is mainly because of the 28 different characters that are available in this game, yeah? They all work differently. They may be a little bit unbalanced, yeah, but that's what makes this game fun. If you think of Cosmic Encounter, one of the greatest games ever made, allegedly, there's a chaos that comes through the game being slightly unbalanced, yeah? But every time we played this, everybody has had an opportunity to win. And if you don't win this game, it's because you missed something or you just were complete and utter fucked hard. Stationfall is a complete an utter bastard to teach. You do really need to be familiar with the game before you play it, yeah? And that is a bit of a struggle, yeah? Not everybody wants to watch a full playthrough or a full rules overview before they play a game, because believe it or not, some people have got lives, yeah? So it might not be for everyone. It might be a little bit too complicated and haphazard. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, Station 4 is an absolute masterpiece of a design. Matt Eklund has created one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. And that makes Station 4 our game of the year for 2023. So there you go. That is our top 5 games of 2023. Remember, if you are new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next time.